Hello, fourth graders. We are finishing Unit 5. Today is our last day, so we're going to go over some key vocabulary words so that we can move on into Unit 6. So our first word is parallel. Parallel is when it's always the same distance apart between the two lines. And when we were in the classroom, we would put our arms up like this and we'd say parallel. Go ahead and do it. Parallel. Thank you. Our next word is perpendicular. Perpendicular is when they intersect at right angles at 90 degrees. So here is a perpendicular spot. And in the classroom, when we would do perpendicular, we would go like this. Try to make the perfect intersection. Then we talked about symmetry. And symmetry is when you can fold a shape in half and the halves match up perfectly. And the line of symmetry is that real or imaginary line that goes through to divide the shape into mirror images. And there can be multiple lines of symmetry, or there could be no lines of symmetry. Next, we have dimension. Dimension is the length, width, or height of a figure. So here we have, when we started to talk about area, we needed the dimensions of a shape. And the area is the total number of square units needed to cover a two-dimensional surface. So like here we have a 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the area is 10 square, maybe, I don't know what those are, centimeters. Here we have perimeter. The perimeter is the distance in linear units around a two-dimensional flat figure. The perimeter of a circle is called the circumference. So here is the outside. You would count up how many of these linear lines there are, and that is the perimeter. A polygon. A polygon is a closed two-dimensional flat shape with 3 or more sides. So they have to be closed, and it has to have 3 or more sides. And they have to have straight lines. Okay? Talked about these a couple days ago. The zero angle is an angle whose measure is 0 degrees. Both of the lines are coming away from a point at exactly the same spot. From zero angle, we got to acute angles, which is a measure greater than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. So that's this spot right in here, where you're seeing where they're measuring the angle. From acute, we go to right angle, and a right angle has an exact measurement of 90 degrees. And so that's where you can make that perfect little square inside the angle. From right angle, it moves on to obtuse angle, and the obtuse angle has a measurement between 90 degrees, it's more than 90, and less than 180. And that's obtuse. From there, we have a straight angle, and a straight angle is an angle with a measure of exactly 180 degrees. The two lines are pointing directly opposite of each other from the point there. Okay, from there we talked about circles and what defined a circle. A circle is a two-dimensional flat shape made by drawing a curve that is always the same distance from the center out to somewhere on the outside of the circle. So we talked about how an oval is not a circle because the distance has to be the same all the way around. So the radius of a circle is a line segment that extends from the center to the outside of the circle. That's the radius. And the radius, if in a perfect circle, is going to be the same no matter where you're drawing the line out from. And diameter, it goes all the way through the center to the outside. It can be anywhere in the circle, but it has to go through the center. So the diameter is 2 times the radius. There. And finally, the circumference is the distance around a circle, or the widest part of a sphere. So this is what we were talking about here, the circumference of a circle, or the widest part of a sphere. So those are our key vocabulary words. You've heard all of these words in the classroom over our course of Unit 5. So today you're just going to do a little work in your workbook. Take a picture, send it to me, and we'll start Unit 6 next week. All right, hope you are all well and take care of yourselves.